This is the Haulotte HA20PX self-propelled boom. Those who intend to use any machine with characteristics of weight, height, width, length or complexity which differ significantly to the training they have received should ensure that they receive a familiarisation to cover the differences. It is the employer's responsibility to ensure that all operators using equipment are adequately trained and familiarised to comply with current health and safety legislation. Machine-specific familiarisation should follow on from basic training and cover the manufacturer's instructions and warnings, features of the specific model, control functions, safety devices and emergency lowering procedures. All of the above are to be found in the operator's manual supplied with the machine. HA20PX maximum capacity in the platform is 250 kg. The HA26PX, the maximum capacity in the platform is 230 kg. In both cases, the maximum people in the platform is 2 persons. The maximum lateral manual force is 400 newtons, which is 40 kg. The maximum wind speed is 60 km per hour, that is 16.5 meters per second. The maximum working height is 20.65 meters. The maximum platform height is 18.65 meters. The maximum reach is 13.5 meters. The total weight of the machine is 12,260 kilograms. The maximum travel slope is 40%. The maximum inclination of the chassis is 5 degrees. The machine offers continuous turret rotation. Chassis: front steer and drive wheels, rear steer and drive wheels, pendular or sometimes referred to as jib, platform support with load limiter, platform control panel, compensation input cylinder, 2-piece boom or sometimes referred to as upper boom, slew ring, turret, hoods or canopies, boom support, hydraulic travel motors, arm or lower secondary boom, tie rod, counterweight, right hand compartment housing the hydraulic and diesel tanks and control panel, left compartment housing the engine, pump and starter battery, lifting and fixing lugs. Before any operation, ensure that you familiarise yourself with the machine by referring to this manual and the instructions on the various plates. It is the responsibility of the operator to perform a pre-operation inspection and routine maintenance. The pre-operation inspection is a visual inspection performed by the operator prior to each working shift. The inspection is designed to discover if anything is apparently wrong with the machine before the operator performs their function tests. Repairs to the machine may only be carried out by qualified service technicians according to the manufacturer's specifications. If you do find a fault, isolate, tag and report the machine. Do not attempt any repairs to the machine. The operator's manual is located in a black box in the platform. Ensure that the manual is the correct type for the machine and that it is a full copy. Potential dangers and machine instructions are indicated on labels and plates, sometimes known as decals. All instructions on the plates must be read. All labels conform to the following colour code. Red indicates a potential fatal danger. Orange indicates a danger of causing serious injury. Yellow indicates a danger that may cause material damage or slight injury. Ensure that you locate all labels and decals on the chassis and in the platform. A plate fixed on the back right of the chassis bears all the indications enabling the machine to be identified. Please ensure that you check this plate in accordance with the serial number located on the thorough examination information. So make sure the machine is on a flat and stable ground which can support the weight of the machine. Make sure that no obstacles can interfere with the machine movements, including travel, rotation of the turret, and raising, lowering and telescoping of any booms. Make sure that the turret rotation locking rod is removed. Check for oil leaks. Check the sight glass on the hydraulic tank to ensure you have sufficient hydraulic oil. Please note, all booms should be in the folded position to check the hydraulic oil correctly. Check the hydraulic oil filter's clogging indicator. If the red mark is visible, the filter needs replacing. Isolate, tag and report the fault to your supervisor. Have the machine inspected by a qualified service technician. The machine is equipped with an automatic engine stop. The engine is automatically switched off when the alternator is no longer working, the oil temperature is too high, or the oil pressure is too low. If the load in the platform exceeds the maximum authorised load, no movements are possible from the platform control station. The overload light indicator on the platform panel and the buzzer alerting the operator may be sounding. The load must be removed to reset this. Hydraulic ramping. Your machine may have hydraulic ramping built into it by design. This means that the machine may not stop immediately when a controller is released. Ground or turret control post. Number 1. Engine oil pressure warning light. 2. Engine temperature warning light. 3. Battery charge indicator. 4. Filter clogging indicator. 5. Boom telescoping control. 6. Boom raising control. 7. Pendular or jib control. 8. Lifting control of the lower or secondary boom. 9. Turret slewing control. 10. Standby unit control, or sometimes referred to as emergency auxiliary power. 11. Diesel or LPG selector switch. 12. Hour counter. 13. Engine acceleration control. 14. Engine start switch. 15. Turret platform control post selection. Orange or turret, or green or platform. In the centre position, this is off. 16. Red emergency stop switch. 17. Revolving light control. 18. 110 volt power to platform point. 19. Tilt monitor box. Number 1. Primary boom lifting and slewing control. 2. Lower boom arm lifting control. 3. Drive and steering control. 4. Mains on warning light. 5. Start switch. 6. Horn switch. 7. Drive speed select switch. This has 3 positions: snail, tortoise and hare. 8. Rear wheel steering switch. 9. Differential lock switch. 10. Pendular or jib switch. 11. Platform rotation switch. 12. Telescoping switch. 13. Compensation switch, or sometimes referred to as basket leveling switch. 14. Red emergency stop switch. 15. Standby or emergency auxiliary lowering switch. 16. 110 volt power to the platform. 17. Platform overload indicator. 18. Fault indicator. Please note, when you wish to travel, it is important to raise pendular or jib a metre or so off the ground. This is to prevent the basket touching the ground during travel. To become familiar with the machine, you should perform the first movements from the ground, leaving the machine in the transport position. Starting the engine. Make sure the emergency stop button is pulled out. Turn the key so it's positioned to the orange position. In this position, the platform controls are overridden. The battery charge and engine oil pressure lights will be lit. The air filter clogging light should not be lit. Start the engine by pushing the starting engine button over to the left or to the right. When the engine is started, the battery charge and engine oil pressure lights should go off. If the engine does not start, switch off the ignition by pressing the emergency stop button again and try starting the engine again. Allow the engine to warm up, and in the meantime check that the hour counter, engine and pump are working properly. Test the secondary boom arm lifting movement in the up and the down direction. Test the upper primary boom raising movement in the up and the down direction. Stop the primary boom movement when it is in the horizontal position. Test the turret slewing movements in both directions and the boom's extension and retraction of the telescoping boom. Then lower the boom again completely. Turn the key switch to the green position. Check the operation of the tilt monitoring box by inclining the support plate. The tilt monitoring box must be manoeuvred beyond an angle of 5 degrees for HA20PX and 3 degrees for HA26PX. When in the inclined position, it must give an audible signal. Emergency lowering from the ground. Your machine is equipped with an emergency lowering device. This is for when the main power supply is not working correctly. This is an electro pump powered by the starting battery. This can be controlled both from the ground position and platform position. To bring the machine down in emergency from the ground position, turn the key switch to the orange position. Ensure that the red emergency stop is in the out position. Activate the emergency power by holding down the auxiliary power emergency control button. Use your other hand and select the boom function to bring that down. Turn the key switch to the green position. Climb into the platform, ensuring that the sliding mid-rail closes behind you. Connect your carabiner to the anchorage point located in the platform and adjust your lanyard accordingly. Now pull out the emergency stop. The green light will come on the control panel. This is to indicate that the machine is now on and that you have correctly selected the correct position on the key switch at the base. Check the operation of the horn by pressing the horn switch either side. Start the engine by using the engine start switch. The engine should now start and the green light should now go off. There should be no other visible lights illuminated in the platform. Check the function of the emergency stop by pushing in the red emergency stop button. The engine should now stop. Now pull out the red emergency stop switch and restart the engine. Now carry out your platform function checks, but before we can do anything, you need to press down the dead man pedal. The dead man pedal is located in the platform at the base. To check the functionality of the dead man's pedal, do not put your foot on the foot pedal and now operate functions in the platform. As your foot is not on the dead man pedal, no functions should operate. If, however, a function does operate, immediately isolate, tag and report the machine as there is a fault with the machine. Put your foot on the enable switch. Now using the primary boom lifting and rotating control, elevate the primary boom up and down, ensuring that this mode and function works smoothly and correctly. This controller is dual access. In other words, it will now rotate to the left and rotate to the right at the same time as lifting and lowering the primary boom. Please do take note that this is a proportional control and will respond to your input. If you are moving left and lifting up, this machine will actually lift and rotate at the same time. Be very careful about this. Now lower the primary boom to the ground and ensure that the basket is at the rear of the machine. Now lift the lower boom arm by using the controller in the forward position. Using the drive control handle, but ensuring that the machine is correctly orientated round by ensuring that the green arrow is pointing forwards and the red arrow is pointing backwards. Now drive forwards and backwards, ensuring the drive and the machine will also brake when the controller is released. The steering control on the drive controller steers the front wheels only. Check that the steering for the left and to the right functions are working correctly. The rear wheels are steered by the steering switch located on the bottom of the panel. Check that the steering wheels rotate left and right accordingly. Check the jib pendulum function by lifting up the jib and lowering down. Check the rotation of the platform. Check the telescopic function by using the telescopic switch to extend and retract. And use the compensation switch to level the platform. The differential lock is for use when the machine is on rough or uneven ground. If you should find that you have a wheel which is not in contact with the ground, you may find that this wheel is spinning. Press the diff lock switch, which will lock the axle and allow the machine to drive out of the ground. Checking the inclination. In the idle position with the machine folded, The fault light indicator flashes while the machine is in the tilted position. In the working position with the machine extended, the tilt sensor emits a sound when the maximum allowable tilt is reached. If this continues after a period of 1 to 2 seconds, the following movements are disabled: lifting of the arm and jib, driving the machine, lifting the upper platform, and lifting of the boom or upper primary boom. When the telescopic section is fully retracted, the boom lifting movements are re-enabled. The travel function is disabled until all elevation elements are stowed. The machine can then be moved off this ground onto flat ground, allowing the machine to be elevated. There are 3 travel speeds with the machine. When the boom is raised, arms deployed, telescopic cylinder extended. Only the elevated drive speed or micro speed is possible in drive or travel. Emergency or auxiliary lowering from the platform. The emergency lowering or standby control switch is located in between the 2 main boom controls. Ensure that the platform is in the raised position. Push in the red emergency stop. Now pull out the red emergency stop, but do not restart the engine. Put your foot on the foot pedal and using your hand now hold the emergency auxiliary standby switch to energise the electro pump. Using your other hand, now lower the platform using the platform control. The machine should now come down under emergency power. Manual emergency assistance system. If the diesel engine is working and in the case of a breakdown not allowing the use of any arm lifting, boom raising, turret slewing, jib, basket rotation functions. It is possible to perform these movements using the mechanical levers and by pushing the manual control on the solenoid valve situated on the top of the general distribution block. Before any use of the machine, it is essential to read and understand the emergency help label.